Now we're going to sand the top of the comb. But I want you to be smart when you're doing this. Don't breathe those particles of plastic. They'll go into your body, but they can't get out. You use a 3M 2 cartridge mask. These are charcoal activated, so they'll kill any gases. I won't have gases doing this by hand. I'd have to be grinding with a grinder. But this way, I am protected. Okay, then we come to here. And I'm going to try to give you the best angle on this that I can. And maybe it would be easier if I put these out of the way. This is a piece of glass, nothing special. The paint is on the bottom, not on the top. And here's my comb. And so let's prove it's not flat, first of all. I told you it's not flat, and I'll prove it. I'm going to use 500 grit to prove it. It's a little more obvious. I put pressure equally on the top and on the sides. Okay, now I'm ready to prove it's not flat. Okay, here we go. Okay, now, if it were totally flat, it would sand identically everywhere. It's not flat here, right there. See? It's not a sanded edge. Some of the center is sanded and some's not. The third chamber, the center is sanded, but the fourth it's not. Okay? It's close. And then down here, that end is slightly sanded, but it's off. You can see some areas are shiny. They're not sanded. And some areas, what am I looking at? I'm looking very closely at the surface, the top surface. They're not identical. When this is flat, all of them will look the same. Okay? This is an important point. Okay, now, I'm going to run with the 500 for a while because it'll take off more than the 1,000. And again, the trick here, okay, I'm going to come and show you this again because this is really a wonderful demonstration of sanding the comb properly. Okay, now what you're going to be looking for is the top of this comb shiny or rough? It's all rough at the bottom. See, it's shiny on the right? That's not flat. Right there, see the center here? That's not shiny. I mean, that's not flat. Or it's not scratched, so it's still, this edge is high. That edge is high. But we've already got it where operationally right now, it would be pretty darn airtight, but it's not perfect because that center line still has some shiny parts on it. Okay, and that means air can get between the slide and the comb. It's not totally flat, but we're close. So I'll give it a couple more rubs, and then we'll come in with the 1,000. Now I'm telling you, these are sanded from factory, where most of the Asian parts out of Japan are not. And so this is not a real, all I've got right now is a slight area here on the right. The center channel's perfect. A little bit on the left and the right there. And again, I'm going to stick with the 500 until I get this sucker correct. This is the dust you don't want to be breathing. Yeah. But I'm going to push that off. Wipe off your sandpaper. Keep it clean. Close. Close. It has just a tiny bit of shiny from here to here. I'll show you the shiny. This is not fast work. Never is. See the shiny part on the left side, on the inside of the outside, this, it's right there. See the shiny? It's supposed to have an identical sand pattern in the plastic, and there you can see it's not sanded here and here, but it is up there. See, this would be, from a playability perspective, very, very good, but I don't want it to be good. I want it to be perfect, like I would do it for myself. This is going to my buddy Russ, who makes the KETTLEWELL Resonant Covers. I'm not going to send him a harp that's any less than mine. And when I did customization work, and I still do for some people, you make sure that quality standard is exactly what you would get for yourself. And if it's not, go back and get to work. Okay, that is smooth. I'm going to throw this in the grate. Piece of machinery over here. It's already flat. All I'm doing now is smoothing it. This is 1000 grit. I know it's perfectly flat. Okay. Okay. Now, I had a machine, a polishing, huge polishing machine. I tried to escape. Put it there. Okay. That's done. I keep a thick plate of glass. Now, professionals oftentimes will have the machinist's a metal, perfectly flat machinist table. I don't know that. Okay, now let's take a look. See how it's all sanded? In other words, the part where the slide goes, it's perfect all the way along. No shiny parts, okay? Now down here, that doesn't matter. That's down almost 10 thousandths. I'm not going to remove that. It just has to be perfect to about right there, okay? That is correct, and I still have my metal things that hold the mouthpiece screws. Now, the next thing, I'm going to clean this mess up here a little bit. But the next thing is to get upstairs and clean this thing carefully. You don't want that powder going into somebody's mouth. You got to be very, very carefully cleaned. So, see you soon.